Well, I got another tractor pull tomorrow I'm getting ready for. And after that one up at Cass, I figured out I need to flip some weight around, which I mentioned in the previous video, but after, I was only going to swap a couple around, but after watching that video and then looking at some pictures one of my friends took, I am actually decided to switch a few more. I was only going to put or take 2 off the back and put on the front, and I decided I'm going to go ahead and take 4 off and put a full rack of 11 on the front, and just leave 4 on the back because I need to get my front end on the ground. And the right and left weights on the front rack have to go on in the right order. I got them marked right and left because that little weld bead right there, we had to grind off a little corner of the weight to get them to fit right. But yeah, that right there is a rack of iron. 1,100 pounds right there. And I'm sure most of you guys that watch this channel at least know what tractor pulling is about, but I don't know how many of you are familiar with just setting up a tractor, so I figured I'd take this opportunity to kind of explain it a little bit, why I'm doing what I'm doing. When it comes to tractor pulling, it really is not anything. I mean, it's similar to setting a tractor up for field work, but on the other hand, it's not anything like setting up a tractor for field work. With tractor pulling, drawbar height is critical. And if I remember right, the rules that we follow, what heck's the NTPA rules? I think it's like 21 or 22 inches to the top of the drawbar where the hook's gonna set. So in this case right here on this hitch. And basically what you want is to get the angle of the chain just right on the boat to where you're getting draft off of the boat, so that as the further up the weight makes it on the sled, the harder it's pulling down on the back of the tractor. However, you want to be able to maintain this drawbar height so that you're picking up on the sled as you're pulling it down the track, instead of the sled picking the front end of the tractor off the ground, because as soon as the front end comes off the ground, you lose your drawbar height and you set the sled back on the ground, and then you're pulling the full weight of the sled on the skid pan, which loses all your advantage and takes away all your draft. So basically you're dragging the full weight of the boat instead of picking up on it. So that's why I'm taking all the weight off the back and sticking it on the front and just leaving these back here, is because in the video and then when I saw in the pictures, I was getting plenty of draft off the boat because my tires were squatting really good, and I didn't really lose any traction until I picked the front end off the ground and set the boat down on the ground. So I'm going to hang all 1,100 pounds out there, just leave the 440 back here and see where that gets me. And unfortunately with tractor pulling, it's all about trial and error. You got to get your tractor balanced just right. So, and with this tractor, it's even harder because this axle is actually heavier built and weighs more than a standard wide front. but it doesn't do you any good because it's set back. I can't remember. I think this wheelbase is 14 inches shorter than a regular front axle or something like that from the center line. So this one's harder to balance than normal. So, you know, like I say, I'm going to hang all 1,100 pounds out here and see where that gets me. I'm gonna do my best. It's all on her right now.